brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're brothers. Give me a high five.
Hey, what up, everybody? You're listening to the Kyle and Craig Show,
where we talk about comics, sports, and the world around us.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Craig. All right, so before we jump into sports stuff, obviously later in the show we're going to be talking Steve Nash retirement and March Madness news. But the first thing I want to talk to you about is little comic book stuff. The internet is absolutely freaking out about Donatello dying in the new Ninja Turtles comic book.
Yeah.
Nah, did you hear about this?
Yeah. I saw something online. I guess the rest of the squad went out to attack somebody, and Donatello stayed at the base to protect it.
Okay.
And ended up getting his skull smashed in.
His shell cracked?
His shell cracked. He got his shell cracked.
Dumb, bro. Nah, everybody's tripping, but, like, if you guys read comic books or watch the movies, actually, I don't know a lot of movies where this happens, but if you watch the comic books, for sure, you know that people die all the time. Everybody from Captain America to Spider-Man.
Iron Man.
Everybody. They'll eventually die, and something brings them back. Like Batman, you know, you got the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah.
That brings back Ra's al Ghul, brings back anybody who ever dies.
Yeah.
So there's ways to come back. So if you freaked out, and I don't know how many of you guys actually watch this or read Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah. Who's
calm
interested
down.
in that?
He's not going to be dead forever.
Yeah, he won't be dead for long.
But what I'm interested in is,
will they?
This is an interesting story, Mark. Will they put it into the sequel?
Yeah, and that begins filming, I think, in Buffalo. The article said, I think Buffalo, maybe, soon. So in the next couple of months, they're going to start filming the second one.
I think that's an interesting thing to bring in. Nickelodeon.
Will they tie it in, like, into the movie, so make the movie based off of that? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
or
no,
already have that happen, and then have the movie be the reaction?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Because nobody's going to know about
it. Yeah,
the
no, exactly.
So like in the movie,
during the movie,
have him die in the beginning, then have him work to try and bring Donnie back or something like that.
Maybe die at the end and then have a third movie. Because they pretty much do these things in thirds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 3 movies. So I think if the second one, he dies some point in it,
and then
that would be okay.
They'll work on bringing him back or something. Cliffhanger, big time.
Because by the time the third movie comes out, the comic that brought Donnie back should be out. So I think that'd be okay.
That's dope, yeah. And like I was going to say earlier, like Nickelodeon is the one who's producing the movie, so I don't know who they got writing, directing, or anything like that.
Or how it's even linked into
the comic books and the owners of that.
I don't know if they're even...
We'll have to see, but it'll be cool. And then the new...
Avengers trailer?
Yeah, the TV spot number 2 or whatever. Check that on the YouTube.
Yeah.
It's freaking cool, man.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. Quicksilver, I love his voice. I love the accent they put on him. Yeah.
It's crazy. And I love it because it makes, the Maximoff name, like, that's who they are and that's what they do. It's like, if you don't know, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are going to be in the new Avengers movie.
Yeah.
They are the kids of Magneto, obviously
who is
X-Men.
from Germany.
Yeah, he's from Germany. So you see,
I think that's pretty cool.
This is your first FaceTime with Quicksilver, at least this version of him. You saw the different one in X-Men Days of Future Past, but this is a different one. So you see him, and he's got this little German spin to him.
Do you think this ties the Avengers or Marvel's universe to the X-Men universe? No, not at all. Just kind of making a reference point to it because of the history?
Because, well, I mean, these guys, like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, the reason that they're actually, like, they shouldn't be allowed to be in the Marvel movies, but because they were in the Avengers at one point, they legally have the rights to use them.
Yeah,
so
that's why they're being used.
This is the closest we'll get to any X-Men being in this.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
at least as far as I know. Because Wolverine, he's been in the Avengers before, too, but he's way too tied up in the Fox thing. And, like, who you going to get? If you don't get Hugh Jackman, you can't
You have to get someone else in. He's going to do that till he dies, so
So.
No, but that's cool. But I like it. It's coming out very soon.
It's going to be epic,
I cannot wait. We're going to go see it.
IMAX.
It's going to be crazy epic.
As hell. Actually, we should do a Kyle and Craig Show movie review.
Yeah,
we could
do that. Yeah, we could do that. Would you guys like to see that?
Comment below if you guys like to see Kyle and Craig do movie reviews.
Yeah.
These comic book movies, obviously, we can't go every weekend, but that'd be something cool to do.
Yeah, that'd be pretty epic.
Yeah.
We could do that.
So let's flip right into that. Big
Going
news.
into sports.
You want to bring us in, Steve Nash, man?
Big news. Steve Nash, retirement. 19 years in the NBA. He said that he pretty much knew he was done, but to finally put it on paper,
it was a big step for him. And there's a great article and like interview on ESPNLA.com. Baxter Holmes wrote the article for ESPN. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's got some solid points.
We watched it. It's so good.
It's moving to see him sit there and like. It's not that he wants to cry, but he's got anger behind him.
Yeah, he's almost like mad that he's
like, damn,
that he's
why
saying
do
it.
I
like,
have to say these things?
Like, why am I retiring? Like, I just want to get back out there and try. He
exactly.
was injured, and he tried to rehab, and he just couldn't get it together.
It's upsetting, man.
And he was upset because he came to LA and he really wanted to prove in the spotlight that he could, do something, play with Kobe, and like he said in the interview, they never even really played together because they were both injured for just so long.
Yeah.
So I know it's kind of crazy.
He was there, 3-4 years?
Yeah.
And, I think they maybe played, in total, half a season together.
Yeah, maybe.
He has this really great quote, I think. I got it here. It's, the greatest gift has been to completely immerse in my passion and striving for something I've loved so much and visualizing a ladder climbing up to be my heroes.
Yeah.
I think that's epic.
Yeah, that's epic.
And if that's off the top of the dome.
Yeah, no, right? Did he write that?
How
Yeah.
great he is. He's really cool, dude. And then, everything he's
so
done
good.
for the community. Dude, you know he owns the MLS team for Toronto?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
But, you know,
yeah, I feel like I heard
it's
about
crazy.
that. Yeah,
And,
because he used to play
everything
soccer.
he does for sports inside and outside of basketball, he's definitely a legend beyond the game, beyond the sport.
2-time NBA MVP, 8-time All-Star, and 5-time assist leader.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really
and I
good.
think he's third on the list of
Of all
all-time
time?
assists behind Jason
Stockton.
Kidd and John Stockton.
That's
crazy.
That's
It-
good. That's really good company. One of the best point
Oh,
guards
yeah.
of all time, definitely.
So, question for you guys at home and for you. So, do the comments below. The question of the day today is going to be, what will you remember when you think of Steve Nash?
I'll probably think of Phoenix. I'll probably think of that running up and down the court style that he had with Amari Stoudemire and all those guys. Just that three-point shooting team. I can't remember the right wording for the way they called that style of play, but they were just so quick all the time, always in the playoffs. Never did anything. Didn't go to the finals,
Unfortunately,
but they were just such a good team, and he was just such a good dude. I think I'll remember those teams. Just how much he changed the game. The passes, he had some of the craziest passes. He was so creative. I don't know if it was the soccer side of him, because soccer gets really crazy good
Fluent
with,
and just real quick.
just so
Yeah, I got you.
so beautiful with the game. What about you?
I think I'll always remember the All-Star weekends doing the skills challenge. I think he won 2-3
He was,
times.
always
He was in
there.
it 4 years.
Yeah.
And he won it a couple times. And I just like those because you do get to see a little bit more of the personality behind the players. I'll obviously remember watching games and them in the playoffs and unfortunately losing, and it sucks to say, but never getting the ring.
Yeah.
But I think one thing I'll always remember is you get to see his personality and stuff and who he was beyond the court and him, joking around with Dirk Nowitzki on the sideline. Messing around with Kobe. Everybody was cool with him. There was no hard feelings. You never saw him in the news with bad press, and I think that's what his legacy will be.
Yeah.
Beyond rings and beyond all that, it's going to be sad. It's going to be a sad league without him. Obviously, we've had a taste of it this past year without him.
Yeah.
And, since he's
last
been
year,
in
the year
LA,
before that,
basically.
yeah, exactly.
But it's going to be weird to get used to. It's that big transition, man. All those players from that era, T-Mac, Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, that whole
Jason Kidd,
2000,
Steve Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett's done after this year.
Yeah.
How much longer does Dirk Nowitzki have left? Kobe's done. All those guys on the tail end, man.
Yeah.
That whole era of
That's
basketball
crazy. We're
it's
moving to another time.
Another great time, and not to shoot down anything from today. Growing up, obviously, that's what we playing NBA shoot around 2001 or NBA shootout, whatever the hell that was. That shit was fun, bro.
Steve Nash was on the Mavericks, I think, back then.
Yeah.
Quick note about the NBA. Don't have it in our notes, but it's kind of big. Injuries. Speaking of Steve Nash, another injury. KD reportedly out for the entire year.
That stupid foot injury. It's ridiculous, bro.
I guess he was not where they wanted him to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't
they had
getting
talked
any
about it
better.
a week or two previous. I was reading on Oklahoma websites and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that. That it looks good for KD's return and his foot was
That's what I
supposed to be
thought I
feeling
heard
better
too,
and
yeah.
he was on the floor shooting and in pregame warmups.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden a day later he's on the floor with a boot.
Yeah.
And it's holy shit, what happened
Maybe
to KD?
he had a bad reaction to it or something.
I guess so, man. Foot's tricky. It's
Yeah, I
tricky.
know,
And you got to take care of your feet. And that goes from everything from walking around to being on the court. Don't push it. Knees, feet, these main joints that these basketball players are on every single day. If you break a finger, you can play a game. If you got a flu, you could play a game. But you don't go out there with a sore foot and risk further injury.
Yeah, you
God
just
forbid
can't.
they find something wrong with it,
a
a break or a tear or a strain or something
that
needs,
lasts longer than this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think they've ruled him out indefinitely, but that's always questionable. I think, and this from an OKC fan myself, keep him out the rest of the year. They're so young. It's not like this is a one and done thing. Oh God, we need him now. This is our only chance at the playoffs. This is our only chance to win. Nah, let him sit, chill. Let Russell Westbrook get this MVP.
Yeah, exactly what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Is if KD comes back or he doesn't, and then will Westbrook fall in the MVP voting. And now it looks like he's primed to just do it on his own for the rest of the year.
So let him do that. Let him see how far they can get. And if we get 3-4 rounds into the playoffs, if we get to the Western Conference Final and KD's okay to come back,
then you bring him in.
Reinstate him, bring him in.
Yeah.
But let him get as far as they can go.
Yeah, because it's just not worth
too
it.
risky.
You
Same
can
thing
see
with
it.
D Rose here in Chicago.
It's just,
I mean, his thing's a little bit more minor now, but as far as like last year,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
got
yeah.
hurt,
How they took
he
like
could have came back,
yeah.
but just immediately right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay, he's done.
Yeah.
We thought he was good. He played 10 games. He got hurt again. We're not gonna fuck this up any farther. We're not gonna like do this any longer. He's out the rest of the season. Let him sit. Come back in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Warm up back again,
Yeah.
and then have him hot and ready for the bowl season.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they need to do with KD, especially coming off. God, it sucks to see this happen so much. Coming off an MVP season,
Yeah,
just like Derrick Rose.
exactly. Yeah, it's just bad. It's not a good thing for basketball. But as far as him personally, I think he just, like you said, just take the season off. Don't rush it.
Sit back,
and come
relax.
back. Yeah.
And he's had a tough season in and out of the media. He's just kind of getting fed up with being like,
that good.
yeah, that good guy, that media shoe toy. Like, they always try and like make him seem like too good of a person and it's Katie's cool with it, but like, nah, dude's a real guy and like he's got real problems and like the media, and that's us. It sucks.
Yeah,
the media,
yeah.
we sit here and poke fingers and like do all this stuff trying to find stories, and like I think he just needs to take a year off for as much as his foot just to get away from the game for a second.
Yeah,
He said
come
with
back next
a whole
year.
lot of coverage.
It'll be all good next year,
Yeah.
I think.
But time of the show, my bad for the study. The time of the show that we plug our Twitters, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Snapchat.
New
Just all
Snapchat just
at
made it.
Kyle and Craig. You go to YouTube. Obviously, you're watching this. Search the Kyle and Craig Show. But all that other stuff, you can go ahead. You can take a selfie
I'm gonna take a Snapchat
of the show
of
on
the
show.
camera. You guys on the show.
This guy. So go ahead and hit Snapchat, Kyle and Craig. You can find all the plugs and links down below. And today we have a special sponsor of the show. Last week, shout out to Oranges for giving us that plug. But today's sponsor is my buddy who does all our designs for us, Jose Unzueta. JUDesigns.me is his website. He does all our plugs. He does everything. He's a real good dude. Does a lot of great designs. He's very professional. You can find his resume online. You can find his contact information.
Yeah.
So if you guys need anything done, you can either contact one of us and we'll put you in plug with him, or just go to his website, check out his stuff, and he does a lot of great work.
He helped us out with our show logo.
Yeah.
I know he helped you out with yours.
He made my
for your
business
Kyle
cards, all that
TV.
stuff.
Yep.
Anything you guys need,
So
go ahead and hit him
good
up.
dude.
So
Good dude. Go
thanks
hit
to
him up.
Hosey.
Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah, man. Jump right back into it, though. March Madness, obviously a big thing over this
Huge.
past week.
Huge.
You guys, if you haven't seen it, you're living under a rock, my man.
Yeah. I know you guys out
huge
there got
things.
brackets probably busted, lit up,
My bracket's
cracked
screwed.
in half.
I threw it
split,
away.
on fire, burning in the garbage somewhere. But it's just been a crazy weekend. So started off with our initial picks from last week. I picked Kentucky.
I picked Duke. That's my team.
Yeah, and Kentucky's breezing through the first two games. They beat Hampton 79-56, and then they beat Cincy 64-51.
Yeah.
And
I didn't see these games.
didn't get a chance to catch the games, but the highlights
They look good.
they look like they're playing pretty good.
It looks NBA basketball, dog.
Yeah, they look
Like
really good. They're
look
just
like
so good.
If you stuck them in and put them against like a bad NBA team, they have an interesting game.
Yeah, that'd be really
Definitely.
good. So they're on a roll. So my pick is looking real good. You
hate
picked Duke.
Duke, they got a game today. If you're watching this on Sunday, if you're watching this on Monday, they had a game yesterday.
Yeah.
You can find the scores online. But they got a game today, so I think they'll make it to the Final Four easy.
Yeah, guess San
But
Diego
they,
State
they
University
looked really good too. I did catch their game in the first round.
against Robert.
Yeah, Robert
Morrison?
Morris. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Morris, dog.
Yeah, no, I keep saying Morrison. My bad, people.
Yeah, no,
Robert
it was
Morris.
a good game, dude. They just you can't go wrong with Coach K, and you gotta be you're overlooking numbers if you don't put Duke in your Final Four simply for the fact that they got Coach K behind them.
Yeah, no, they're just so good. That's just
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
so,
dude, big upsets,
huge upsets.
ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
I picked one. I picked the UAB over
Iowa State.
Iowa State,
I
and
don't
that was
believe
just the
you.
luck of the
I'd
draw.
have to see it, but you say it's burnt up now, so
I
I guess
threw it
I have
away.
to believe you.
Yeah, no, I swear.
No, I believe you, dog. I'm just
I
kidding.
wrote it down. I was like UAB. I picked
yeah.
UAB. I picked that upset, and I picked the UCLA upset. Just out of like
Just
throwing a dart
just like
at the
when
board.
you make a bracket,
'Cause
you're kind of
I
just
made
like
so
which
many
one.
brackets,
Yeah.
just like trying to figure this out and brain busting. And then this
Yeah.
year I made it. I didn't even
Did
do the
one.
app. I just got
Yeah.
got it out of the Daily Herald paper, and they had like a bracket you could fill out.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna throw this together. Obviously, the teams I know that will do well, I picked to do well.
And then you just throw those. Yeah.
and then I just threw a couple.
Yeah,
so I picked the
exactly.
UCLA upset, and I picked the UAB one.
Yeah. So the biggest upsets, there's a handful, but we'll just pick them. UAB 14 over Iowa State 60-59. You have last night Villanova, number 1 seed, losing to a number 8 NC State in the round of 32,
Yeah.
71-68. And then Georgia State, 14 seed, over number 3 Baylor, 57-56 with that last second
saw
shot.
that.
And then you also had a number 11 Dayton over number 6 Providence, which isn't a huge upset, but I mean it's still 11 beating a 6.
Yeah.
So shout out to Dayton for that. So what do you think? What's
I
your
think my
biggest
biggest one
upset?
is the UAB one.
UAB?
And I think that's just because I was hyped.
Because you picked it?
Yeah, just because I was like,
Yeah.
word, that
Yeah.
happened? That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
But if I didn't pick that, maybe the UCLA one, dude.
Yeah?
They're both really good.
Yeah.
They're both like good wins. I think now they play each other, or they played each other.
And UCLA won.
The UCLA won, which
Yeah.
I picked UAB to win. I picked them going to the next round.
Yeah, to the Elite 8. Okay.
But that's cool. I mean, you got that far. You did the upset. You did the Cinderella story. Go home happy. Don't hang your heads up.
Yeah.
So I hope UCLA does good. But I'd either pick the UCLA one or the UAB one.
I'll pick the Georgia State one. Did you see the
Now,
highlights?
is that the one with the dude and his dad's the coach?
Yeah, so the dude hit the last second shot, and his dad's the coach, and the son hit the last second shot. Dad was like, yeah, he used to practice that stuff in the backyard, 3, 2, 1. You know, like we all did when we were little.
Yeah.
And he made the shot, and the coach freaked out, like flew, like just
Flew down.
straight fell onto the ground. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure I saw the same guy last night in a chair with a boot on his leg. So he must have
Did he get hurt?
I think he might have.
Like then?
Yeah,
That's
I think
funny.
he did because
Yeah,
I
it's
saw him
not
in a
funny,
boot, and if
but-
it's not the same guy, please let us know. But yeah,
That's kinda funny.
Yeah, so that whole father-son thing and the last-second shot.
That's epic. Do you
I didn't
remember?
see- Go ahead.
Sorry, I apologize. I love father-son combinations in sports. I remember it was Bradley on the U.S. men's soccer team.
Yeah.
And his dad was the coach, and
Uh-huh.
he scored, and he like ran over. They kind of gave each other this glance.
Yeah.
And it was in the World
Like a
Cup.
father-son thing?
It wasn't this one. It was the previous World Cup, and it's just like, yeah, dude, it's crazy to see. It's awesome to see. Yeah, I mean, there's we could have a whole top 10 list of best
Father and
father-son
son stuff,
sports
yeah.
combos. You know, you think of the Griffeys, you think of
Bonds.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
the
so
Bonds,
there's a
there you
lot
go.
of them. So that's kind of that.
That's-
Plus the fact that it was the last-second shot, I'll make that my
Yeah.
upset.
I'll make that my story. I mean, as far as like storylines
Uh-huh.
and like, you know, interesting, fluff pieces that people could get into.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that
yeah.
is the story of March Madness, apart from obviously the finals and the tournament itself. Because that's a really cool dude. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So if your brackets have been busted, don't worry, you're not alone. After Arizona beat Ohio State, which is another thing we wanted to talk about, brotherly rivalry.
I hate this
My
man.
favorite NCAA team is Arizona. His is Ohio State. I won
I
73
picked
to
Ohio State to
58.
go to the Final Four.
We just played way better. I watched the
Messed
game.
up
He didn't want to come
royally.
over and watch the game. He was in
I had
denial.
I had his son. I didn't have him, but I was like, I picked up my phone the other day during the game, and his son Snapchatted me from his phone.
Boo.
Boo, T.O. Craig, Ohio State's losing. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're so mean, dude. You got the
Yeah.
little kids saying this stuff.
No, so they lost, so I won in that. But it was a
Yeah,
good game.
that
Arizona
messed up
just
my
played way
bracket.
better. Yeah, so that was the stat I saw on the internet was that was the last game that broke like everybody. So once they won,
So there was one dude left. I remember they had him on ESPN too.
Oh, yeah?
The guy who was like one left at the end of the round of 64. He was like the one dude who picked,
yeah.
all right.
So
far.
after Arizona beat Ohio State, there was no more perfect brackets.
It's
so
such.
your bracket's been
Like,
busted.
I
Don't
love-
feel bad
it's
about
cool
it.
and all, the $1 million bracket challenge, but like you literally like numbers and statistically wise, you have a better chance of hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
It's like a 1 in 18 quintillion chance
Something
of
like
getting
that.
that bracket right.
Yeah, it's
So, like, and then
ridiculous.
like I used to like 4 or 5 years ago, we used to print out sheets and sheets
Yeah,
and sheets
4,
of
5,
brackets.
6, yeah.
Seriously, break it down, watch every game, study the teams.
I was thinking
figure
that
out the
last
numbers.
night when I was watching.
Such a waste of time.
Yeah, I was thinking that last night when I was watching the Arizona game, when I was watching the Villanova game. Like, my girlfriend was like, "Why are you even watching this game? You don't even like them." I was like, "No, it's just epic." You know, it was
Yeah.
like I got a notification on my phone saying "upset alert." I think it was the Georgetown game.
I love that
And I was like,
too.
it's not about like the
Love
team
that
I
they
like.
do
It's
that.
just about I'm not invested. Usually every year I'd pick Georgetown to win, but I didn't have a bracket this year. I wasn't invested. I just got to sit back and watch it.
and enjoy it.
Yeah, and I
Without
just feel like
getting
I've
mad at
enjoyed
throwing-
it a little bit more. Yeah,
See all those memes?
exactly.
Of like some dude in office throwing papers in the air, and it's all
Yeah.
like me after the first round of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I used to spend so much time figuring those things out, and it's all just, and it's not that it's a waste of time because I love it, but
It's awesome.
one bracket's enough. Mine's done. I think
Yeah.
next year on the show, what we'll do is do you know what we could also do? It's for the Frozen Four, the hockey
yeah.
tournament. That'd be cool. We could do a
Yeah.
bracket for that.
Yeah, we can do
anyways,
that.
but next year on the show, I want to do like a whiteboard thing with me and Kyle. We'll make our picks and break it down.
Same way the president does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be real cool. Except we're not the president.
We'll get the
but
president on the show, and we could break down our brackets together.
I promise that next year we'll make this happen.
So we'll do that next year. Get you guys involved in it
yeah,
somehow.
we'll
Get
make
the
our
fans.
own ESPN challenge thing. You can go to like the Kyle and Craig show, and we'll
Yeah.
be able to like set up a bracket, and maybe we'll do like a prize, like hand out like
Something
a signed basketball by us, or
Yeah,
we'll do,
right.
get the winner of the tournament.
on the show.
That'd be cool. And
Yeah,
obviously
figure
the
out
winner,
how they picked out those good picks if they're then up who
that'd
wins.
be real cool.
Yeah, we'll do that. So be on the lookout for that next year. We will do that. But
So at the end of the day, you still got Kentucky. Nothing's changed. Going all the way.
Yeah.
I
still got Kentucky.
All right,
Kentucky over Duke. So
last bit of information I want to talk to you guys about is another March Madness thing, but it's men's NCAA wrestling. This dude, his name is Logan Steiber. He has back-to-back four national championships in Ohio State men's wrestling. He's for Ohio State, and he destroyed, man, his entire collegiate career.
Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, right?
Yeah.
All four?
I was telling Kyle earlier.
National champion.
I was talking to my buddy who's a big wrestling fan, and he was telling me about
Same
him like
name
a year
Logan,
or two
too.
ago.
That's funny.
Yeah, right. And he's telling me about him a while ago, and he's just like, yeah, this kid destroys. And normally you see schools like Iowa. Ohio State's got a good wrestling program, but it was just weird to me because I was like, Ohio State? He's like, yeah, don't you like Ohio State?
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
And
Yeah.
then, like, dude, this dude destroys. And then, like, that was like 2 years ago. And all of a sudden, find out he's won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And that's my fault for not paying attention last year. But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Props
no,
to him,
that's
dude.
epic.
And I hope,
Yeah.
like, the best, whatever he decides to do
Maybe-
after college wrestling.
Yeah.
Join the
UFC, WWE, something like that. I know a lot of
TNA.
wrestlers go that way.
There's a lot of grappling tournaments and other, like, if he wants to get into, like, jiu-jitsu or just rolling and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the lures, too, is coach. And that's a really cool thing to do,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You
Coaching's
hit that
cool,
max,
too.
you've done what you've done,
Yeah.
and now you take that and you give it back. And a lot of times they do it as, like, volunteer work. Wrestlers are some of the most humble dudes on the planet. They'll just go
Yeah.
back to their old schools and teach, and it's awesome, dude, because it's like you learn so much from being part of wrestling.
Yeah.
I didn't even do it. It's just how I feel sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you see these guys, they learn so much, and then they go back and give it to them, and it's like dedication, and it's like cut weight, drop weight, do this, and it's all for passion and all for your team. Like, people look at
And
wrestling.
it's just a good example, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have that fat coach telling you what to do. But if you got a 4-time national champion being your coach,
then that's
definitely going to inspire you a
Yeah,
little bit
exactly,
better.
dude. That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's pretty good, though.
So I think that's how we're going to wrap up the sports side of the show today.
We're going to
for
give
the
you
most
guys
part.
a shout-out, a thank you for last week's show. Got over 250 views
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Now this week, what we want to do is if
Yeah.
we get over
Let's
300
get it.
views,
3.
what we're going to do is I challenged Kyle earlier today to a one-on-one basketball game.
And we'll film it.
So if we can get over 300 views by the end of the week,
Yeah, we'll do a
before we
week.
record the next show, if we can get over 300 views, we will do a one-on-one tournament or a one-on-one basketball game outside up to like 21 or 7 or 11 or something
yeah,
like
we'll
that.
do something.
And it's going to be funny because we're both out of shape.
Up
so
to 11 by 6s, yeah?
Up to all right, we're gonna play to 38 by 3.5, and we'll have to have like people sitting there with numbers and calculators
Yeah,
figuring
yeah,
out the
yeah.
score. No,
No,
so
but
then
we'll
if
do
we
that.
get 300 views, we'll do a video of us doing one-on-one basketball, and then for each next landmark, so we'll do 300 views. Just 'cause that's kind of big to us, and then
Yeah,
if we hit
250 is huge, but
500
300 would be great.
500 views, we'll do something else, and then once we get to the thousands, obviously we'll slow down a bit if we're skyrocketing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, if you guys keep liking, keep sharing, subscribing, and all that stuff you guys have been doing, all the feedback, it really helps.
Yeah,
you guys said
thank
change up
you.
the set. We changed up the set. We hope you like it. It looks really cool.
Yeah, we love it.
So all your feedback that you guys give us, we really take it, and we'll make the best show we possibly can. And thanks for that. You get to see us sweat and kill ourselves making a basketball game happen.
Yeah, right?
It's gonna be real
So
fun.
please go like the video. It'll be up today.
This video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
go like it next week. 300 views, basketball game, me and Craig.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then go ahead and all the links down below. You can check everything that we've talked about today. I'll put up the story about Steve Nash from earlier. I'll put up the story about the kid from Ohio State. All those links if you guys want to read the articles because they're great articles. Definitely check them out.
Yeah.
Read all about that stuff. You can check our plugs for our Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, SoundCloud, everything you could think of down below at Kyle and Craig for the most part. Go ahead and click on those, like the pages, support us the best you can. We appreciate it.
Thank
you.
you.
And I think that's how we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Just quick, something we got working on. We're going to work on a comic show just real quick. Not too much detail, but we
Can't say too much.
want to get together a comic show.
Once a week
Because
comic
we're both
show.
very
so,
passionate about it.
We do
You
this
can
show
see
on
the comic books.
We do this show on Sunday, so we're thinking in the middle of the week.
We'll do a comic show, yeah.
Can't say it's for sure, but right now the name we got between us is the Kyle and Craig Show, Comic Relief.
Yeah.
So it's
Gotta
a nice
get the
little
logo
break
together.
from sports. If you guys don't like sports, then you get to
We
sit
all know
around
you
and
love
watch us.
comics and superheroes,
Yeah.
so
I want to talk to my guy, Christian Mata. If you guys aren't subscribed to Modified Gaming on YouTube, do it because he's got some good stuff on there. Get him in here to talk about some comic book, even just gaming stuff.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
really
yeah,
good
we
at
could
that
do-
stuff
yeah.
too. So get some guys, get some new guests, change up the set, have fun. Maybe get a let's play. Like we could do some.
Yeah, we could
that'll
do
be
it.
like
It
the
could be
fun,
epic,
the funner
yeah.
show. This is where we talk about our news and our things. But that'll be where we take a little break, some comic relief.
yeah, exactly. So
but-
that's coming, so be on the lookout for that.
Other than that, you've been watching the Kyle and Craig Show.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Craig.
You guys have a great weekend. Thank you.
I like sports. I could do something in sports. Maybe I could be like an announcer, like a color man. You know how I always make those interesting comments during the game?
Yeah, you make good comments. Yeah, you make good comments.